Welcome to Enlightenment Unknown Life of a Spiritual Nomad. My name is Wes Coons, and welcome to the show. This is the very first video podcast of Enlightenment Unknown. You can find us on YouTube under VB Healer, as in Virginia Beach Healer, because as you well know, this is my world headquarters, and we're reaching across the United States to meet my friend Angelica. This thing has been a challenge for me to get the video stuff right. So thanks
Yeah,
for bearing with me
you're
on that.
welcome. I'll be the guinea pig. No worries.
Thank you. So tell us, who are you and what do you do? Because I know you're super powerful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My name is Angelica Joy. I'm an NLP practitioner and a human design coach. What I do is help people unlock traumas and rewire their brain from the inside out so that they can live their best life.
Nice. So explain to me, what is NLP?
So, NLP stands for neuro linguistic programming. Which neuro refers to your brain, obviously. And then linguistic is talking about language, whether that's like outspoken language or language that you use inside your own head. And then programming is the patterns, the habits, and the responses that you've learned through your life, basically.
Nice. So you remove limiting beliefs, don't you?
I do. Yeah. That is one of the things I do.
Yeah. I gotta ask, how does that work? Because that just baffles me a little bit. I've seen magical, beautiful things, but I don't understand this.
Okay. Bear with me while I try to put this into words.
And you have to remember I'm a Marine, so you have to dummy it down a little
Okay, let me do my
bit.
best. So, first of all, let me explain what a limiting belief is, right? So, we all have
Mhm.
beliefs, right? And these beliefs are based on experiences and things that we've gone through in our life. So, a limiting belief could be based on, let's just use a relationship, for example, right? That's a pretty common theme where people have limiting beliefs.
Sure.
So, a limiting belief regarding relationships could be something like, I'm not worthy of a healthy relationship, right? That's a super simple one.
Mhm.
When in the reality, your subconscious mind knows that you actually are worthy of a healthy relationship. It's your conscious mind and all of the things that you've learned, your programming that makes you come to believe that you don't have the worthiness. So, what I do to remove these limiting beliefs, there's a number of different NLP methods that would work. And so when I meet with my clients, we kind of discuss together what the best route would be for removing the limiting belief. And one of my favorite techniques is called parts integration, where a part of you believes you aren't worthy, while a part of you believes
Mhm.
you are worthy. And so we work together to integrate those two parts and create this wholeness. It's my favorite one. Another one is called QTT, which I'm not sure if you're familiar. It stands for
No.
Quantum Time Technique. It is awesome. So,
Okay.
without getting into too much detail here, basically, I take the client back on their timeline of their whole life from birth to before birth, even. It could be lifetimes before, it could be generations before, whatever their subconscious mind recognizes as the first time they experience this limiting belief. And what we do is we go through from that moment and clear everything out back to the present. So it's pretty cool.
That's trippy.
Yeah, it's powerful
That is
stuff.
super cool,
Yeah.
and it changes people,
It
right?
does. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah, so
physiology different. You can see in people's faces the way that they change and the way their energy
mhm.
just kind of relaxes afterward. It's really incredible.
So, let's say we were working on unworthiness, for example. I think a lot of people struggle with that. I know I have in the past. So, would this be a one they come to see you for this? Is this a one-time deal? And also, do they have to be in person or do we can we do it through Zoom?
That's a great question, Wes. So I have the option to have a one-time, call with me, which, if I'm being honest with you, for big things like worthiness, I don't recommend a one-time session because there's so much work
Mhm,
that needs to be done. I recommend what I call a coaching package, which is 3 sessions to start with, where we can get really
mhm.
into detail about what it is you're looking for, what you need, and then each session is tailored specifically to a certain part of that process. So I recommend that just so we can do a little deeper work, but I do offer
Sure.
one-time sessions as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And we don't have to be in purpose. We don't have to be in person. I mean, I have we have people all over the world listen to the podcast, so somebody in Spain can connect with you,
Yes,
right?
that's
And do
correct.
it through Zoom.
Yep, Zoom works
Oh,
just
that's cool.
fine. You know, it's
Mhm.
in person works fine too. So if somebody were here in Sedona, because I live in Sedona, of course I would meet them in person. It's just really no difference except being, physically together. No, I can do Zoom anywhere in the world. So yeah.
Nice. Well, my favorite question is, do you see dead people? So we have to ask that question.
Watching a movie right now. Uh,
Yeah,
no,
right.
I do not see dead people, fortunately.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, I see enough for both of us, so okay.
You got me
Yeah.
covered. Great.
Mhm. Yeah. Nice. So, I mean, how long, Angelica, have you been doing this? This is cool.
So the human design aspect of it is more of it takes kind of a backseat to the NLP side of things. And the interesting part about it is that I've actually been studying human design longer than I've been studying NLP. I
Mhm.
started studying human design in 2019. I found it on my own and it was intriguing. And it was before it became this, big, well known new age alternative to astrology, basically. I found it
Sure.
interesting for myself, and then I learned about my children as well, and it just helped me understand and know how they
Mhm.
are designed, and so it works for my personal life, and then I thought, "Gosh, I love doing it so much, let me just help other people too." So that was 2019, and then I think it was 2023. Yes, that I got certified as an NLP practitioner and a hypnotherapist actually as well. I use a lot of hypnotic language in my sessions, which helps just put the person into a calm state of mind. It's not like what you think about,
So,
theatrical hypnosis.
is that why I cluck like a chicken every time you text me now?
See? See, it
Yeah.
works. It's
Mhm.
proof that it
Yeah,
works.
it does work. It does work. So, the human design, that's when well, you had asked me my birth date and all that stuff, right? Is that what that's for?
Yep. Yep. It's based on your birth chart, same as astrology. It just focuses on a totally different method. So your astrology focuses on, you're a Virgo, Cancer, things like that, and the different planets in alignment to your birth chart. So the human design actually focuses on your individuality. It doesn't really deal with, your rising or your moon or things like that. It's like you have,
Sure.
not you, everyone has 9 energy centers within themselves, right? And so the human design
Mhm.
aspect of it is is your center defined or undefined? Are you one of 5 types in the human design world? It's so nuanced, it's really hard to explain it without taking, 2 hours.
Well, I know when you looked at some of my stuff and you rattled back what it was, I mean, it's freakishly accurate,
Yeah,
right?
you don't have to be a believer in it to recognize, "Oh my gosh, this is real." Because you're right, like,
Mhm.
it's who you are by design, and you don't have to believe in something for it to be real, right? So it's
Mhm.
when somebody gives me access to their birth chart to do a human like you, for example, it's deeply personal. It's not, superficial. I really get to know who you are at a deep level. And sometimes I even tell people things about themselves that they've never shared with anybody. And
Yeah.
it's based on what I'm reading in front of me. Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things on mine, it said that, I wanna do a bunch of different things, and that just makes sense to me because I have my whole life, and I've had people in my life say, "Why do you do so much?" And it was this urge to do things, and, it also said that I was charismatic, if I
Yes, you
remember
have the
right.
channel of charisma. Yes, you do. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did it say I was shockingly good looking too?
I'm gonna have to go and check that to make sure what it said. But
Yeah. Mhm.
no, not a lot of people have
Yeah.
the channel of charisma, and I have hundreds of charts in my platform that I use, and that's a pretty cool one because not only does it make you can connect with people super easily, but when you say that you
Sure.
want to do a lot of things, it gives you that ability to actually get them done. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's made for an interesting life for sure. So if you were to sit there and say, maybe for you or for a client or something, what do you think was the biggest aha moment or the biggest shift you've seen in somebody's life when you've worked on them? I mean, we don't need details about the client, but, I know you change people's lives.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
it's pretty incredible. Um, I guess one of the overall general things that I've seen in multiple clients would be more of a calmness, more of a
Mhm.
instead of fighting against, more of an acceptance. And when you start to accept where you are in your life, even if it's not somewhere that you necessarily want to be, but accepting that is the only way that you can change and move forward. So that is a huge part of what I see in multiple clients.
Sure. Now, can you help people that have had, like, sexual trauma? Almost every client I have comes to me, and they have sexual trauma in the past. Can you help with that? Can you remove that?
Yes, absolutely. There's not technically a specific method for sexual trauma, but what happens is the sexual trauma is an umbrella underneath a bigger umbrella. And what it is it falls under one of the 6 big emotions, right? So a lot of that is shame, a lot of it is fear, a lot of it is guilt, pain, sadness, anger. And those are the 6 emotions that dictate everything in your life. So absolutely that is something that I can really help with.
Well, that just sticks with you, right? And I've struggled with it.
There's
Yeah.
some of the traumas that people have are so deeply rooted that it doesn't necessarily want to let go, right? Which
Mhm.
wouldn't be uncommon for a sexual trauma victim, of course, unfortunately. But I do have methods that if something does seem to be holding on, there's certain linguistics that I can use to come at it from a different angle and help it release. So I've actually had to do that with a couple different clients where I could tell it's not letting go, it's not letting go. Let's go in and try
Mhm.
this other angle. And I have a couple different ones. I've had to go two different angles on one occasion, but that's pretty deep. That's when you know it's really attached to the person. But again, there are
Mhm.
ways to go in there using certain linguistics and methods and really clearing it. So yeah.
Now, does it work for Marines too? Just because we can be hard-headed.
Marines are not exempt from NLP. No, they are not.
Mhm, okay. Now, you live in Sedona, right?
Yeah, I do.
Now, I haven't been there, but I've seen you on Instagram going out. I don't know, what do you call that?
The
Out in the
wilderness.
canyons, the wild is that you call it the wilderness?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the energy like there? Because you go there all the time, and Scott, you have to feel something.
Yeah, actually, that's a really interesting you brought that up because even today, for example, it's been raining all day. We had a little bit of snow, but it's beautiful here. The reason I moved here was because of the energy. I do, and not
Mhm.
everybody is as sensitive to energies, but I definitely am. And when I came here, it was just a sense of like home. I mean, I can't even put it to words if I'm being honest with you, but it's healing here. It has healing
Yeah.
energies to be here in the Red Rocks and the vortexes, as they say. There's nothing like it. And to be able to look at that every single day and be like, I live here. I don't take it for granted. I'm grateful every single day.
Yeah. So what's the vortex like? Tell me about that.
So oh my goodness, you would ask that. Oh, the vortexes. So, there's a lot of under the red rocks, a lot of times you can see crystals, right? You can see it popping through the red rocks. So we have um there's certain obsidian you can see. It's black. Obsidian is
Mhm.
black and it goes because it's from lava, right? And it hardened and it stays. And so there's a lot of different hikes that have obsidian. And so that creates a different type of energy. And that energy to me is very grounding, right? It's very calming. Like I said, one of the hikes that has a lot of that is Cathedral Rock, which is one of the most commonly known hikes here in Sedona. But a lot of people don't know that's why it's considered a vortex, right? It has this calming, grounding energy, and you just feel, I don't know, I feel like even if you got the worst news of your life, you would still be like chill about it, you know?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Have you been to Jamestown in Colonial Williamsburg?
No, where's that at?
No. It's in Colonial Williamsburg, so it's about an hour north of Virginia Beach.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, it's like where George Washington, all them hung out back in the day. I took my daughter there. I don't know. I think she's probably 6. So this is 24 years ago. And I remember standing on the edge of the James River. And as I stepped into those footprints where I was at, I knew I had been there before. So
Mm,
that area, well, I understand what you say, what you mean when you say, I feel like I'm at home.
mhm.
I feel at home here. I feel at home there. It's really it's eerily bizarre. So you can walk through the old town of they've rebuilt all the colonial houses, and especially if you walk through in the evening, they have some of the characters there and the fires, and
Mm,
you just close your eyes, and I feel like I'm, back a couple 100 years. It's really cool.
that is super cool. That is similar to
Yeah,
what I
I love it.
experienced. There's one other place where I experienced that feeling of I've been here before, and that was Salem, Massachusetts, which is,
Yeah, your ass got burnt there, girl.
you know,
Didn't you?
I don't think you're wrong on that one. So yeah.
Yeah, Well, that's funny. Well, you and I have definitely had some past lives together. I
Yep.
don't know exactly what they are, but, you get that instant familiar feeling when you talk to somebody, and this is the first time I think we've been face to face, and we've kinda met, like, about, I don't know, 8 or 10 months ago, right?
No, wow, your timeline is way off. It's been over a
Is it?
year. It's been like a year and a half.
Has it? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Hey, time goes by when you're having fun,
We're in
so
the
I don't know.
vortex.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
my timeline was a bit off.
yeah, a little
Mhm.
bit, yeah.
That's cool. So, what are your plans? I mean, what are your plans with your healing business and stuff? What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm promoting myself on Instagram a lot, and,
Mhm.
I'm not really too ambitious about it because I'm just kinda going with the flow. I'm a go with the flow type of girl, whatever works for me, whatever feels right. Because 'cause I'm splenic, that's human design, so I'm splenic, which is intuitive,
Mhm.
which means I just kinda do what feels right in the moment. Little by little, people were reaching out to me from wherever it may be, family, friends, Instagram. I have a TikTok account
Sure.
too. Yeah, my plan is to just help as many people as I can. Get myself
Nice.
out there so that I can be of service to whoever needs me. And because this is something that just lights me up when I do it. When I see the results in the people who I help, I mean, I'm just elated. There's no better feeling.
That's cool. So, what's your Instagram? How do people find you on Instagram?
So my Instagram name is it's so my last name is Warren. So my Instagram is my initials backwards. So it's WJA for Angelica Joy Warren and then underscore consulting. So my business name is WJA Consulting and there's an underscore in between it. So super
So,
simple.
when you did your initials backwards?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's easy. That's simple.
Yeah. Well, and funny story about that. The reason I chose to put my business name as a W and because my name is A, so it would have been one of the first up on the auditing list for the taxes if they decide to audit somebody. So I chose to go backwards because W's, at the end of the
Yeah.
alphabet.
Mhm.
So,
Well, my initials are WAC, so grow up with that as a young boy in school,
well,
and, yeah, yeah, it makes for long days of PE class,
yeah,
so, mhm,
good for
yeah.
you. You made it through.
Yeah, I survived. So, I grew up, nobody fucks with me anymore, so I grew up so are we allowed to cuss? Yeah, I still cuss on this one. It's the other episode that I do that I don't cuss, that is the Sunday preach, no shoes required, so,
Okay, so we can curse. Well, now you should have told me that 10 minutes ago.
yeah, so we can curse on this one, but on the one where I'm talking about God, we don't. So that's a new episode. It's a video podcast as well, and it's yours truly. So we got the beach behind me in this video. So you don't have the beach where you're at, do you?
No beach. No beach here, but I'm good with that. I like the mountains.
Do you do you have rivers and stuff that you go swim in or anything like
There's a
that?
creek. It's called Oak Creek. It's pretty big. It's kind of like a river, but it's a creek. And yeah, there's tons of swimming holes. I mean, there's a place here. Bear with the name because I'm not even joking that this is a name, but it's called Wet Beaver Creek. And I'm so serious.
Oh,
I can't make this shit up. I just can't. So
yeah.
that one is really cool. There's actually a cool hike. It's about like a, I don't know, 2 or 3 mile hike to get to the swimming hole. And it's called the Crack. And you can jump off of a cliff into the creek. And it's so much fun.
So getting this clear, I'm gonna go to Wet Beaver Creek and swim in the crack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm It sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds ridiculous, but yeah,
That's awesome.
that's for real the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said, so that's awesome.
Oh, this
You're
is
never gonna
fun.
live this one down.
This is fun. Hey, I didn't name it, to be fair.
Yeah,
I just live here,
mhm.
okay?
"Hey, babe, let's go play in the Wet Beaver Crack," you know? "Okay. Mm,
Oh my goodness.
this is the best episode ever." So,
Maybe
now
there is such a thing as TMI, so
well, if you really watch the show, I don't typically edit that stupid shit out, so it's probably gonna stay.
perfect. I love it.
So, if they wanted to connect with you and change their life, because Angelica, I know you change people's lives. You're working with a good friend of mine. We got other people that are going to be coming to you soon. And how do they connect? Besides Instagram, how do they find you?
I have a website as well. I'm not sure if you can leave links on
Mhm.
your podcast, maybe. On my
Yeah,
website.
you send it to me. I'll put it on there.
Yeah, so I have a website. They can book or send me message through my website, which then also they can
Mhm.
learn more information about me as well. My website's just wjaconsulting.co. Super simple.
Cool.
And there's info on there where they can connect and, details about stuff. So
Nice. Well, we're about out of time. So, is there anything else you wanted to say? And before we get off, I always want to recognize the most powerful women on the planet come on my podcast, and you're definitely in that list. So
uh,
I just want to say
thank
thank you
you.
for that.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Um,
Hmm.
I mean, there's a couple things I could say, some words of wisdom, if you will.
Yeah.
When people work with their mind instead of against it, as well as working with their
Hmm.
energy instead of against it, life starts to feel less forced and more aligned. And that is what I do. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, I've enjoyed having you on here. If you're new to the podcast, we have the Sunday Preach comes out every 2 weeks. That is on YouTube. You can watch it there. You can watch this on YouTube under VB Healer, Virginia Beach Healer. And under Enlightenment Unknown Life of a Spiritual Nomad, you can listen to us all the time. We're coming up on season 7 here soon. So that's pretty cool. So Angelica, I appreciate you. I know we've had to reschedule a couple times. I wanted to do a video podcast and then I had to buy new equipment and nothing was plug and play. And
We
so
made it
thank you for bearing
happen.
with
Of
me.
course, I'm here.
We did.
Glad to do it.
We did. And I appreciate our friendship and thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So we will see you soon. And I'm looking forward to hearing you changing the world.
Thanks, Wes. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.